Hey guys, what is going on? Thank you so much for clicking in. This is my review for American Horror Story double feature. This season 10, episode 7. It's called Take Me to Your Leader. And it is exactly that. Take Me to Your Leader. Listen. This is part 2. The double feature. This is Death Valley. This is the beginning. I was very excited about getting to Death Valley to see exactly what was going to be and where it's all going to fall together in conjunction with the first part. Welcome, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's going on? Um, I I'm gonna have to say this. The one thing about Ryan Murphy and Brad Falchuk is that they do all of their research. They do all of their research. They are very true to genres of horror, and they will take you, and they know how to create what it was all about. And that's what I'll have to give them, because this episode literally gave me everything about sci-fi that I hate. Everything about it. It gave me all the feelings that I've always had about a sci-fi movie when you sit down. They really did replicate everything that used to be. It was shot in black and white. The clothing was excellent. It was an old ass sci-fi movie. We started right off in Albuquerque, New Mexico, 1954. And we got Timmy and Maria. And Maria is a basic housewife cooking a casserole. You got Timmy outside playing on a little bike. They live, again, it's Albuquerque, New Mexico. So their house is kind of, you could tell they were comfortable. Her husband made some type of decent money. They were comfortable, but their house was literally in the middle of nowhere. You didn't even see another house. And it was nothing but it looked like desert. Just looked like desert, and it just, child, just say it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it, and I was trying to roll with it. I was like, okay, all right. I know what it is. I know where they're going. I know what you're trying to convey. Listen, I said, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to suck it up for the whole nostalgia of it all. I said, pull something. I always try to pull something out of it that's positive. It was a trip back to my childhood. I said, that was cool. I'll just rest on that. Okay. Said, I'll rest on that and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to watch it. So let's go. We watch. And I'm not going to sit here and spend a whole bunch of time clowning. Right. It ended up being Area 51. Right. Right. War of the Worlds. I hated all that. I ain't like none. I don't like none of that. I don't like aliens. I don't like alien abductions. I don't like UFOs. I just don't like that. I don't like it. It doesn't entertain me. It really makes me just sit and say, why are we doing this again? Anyway, so run through the story. Timmy and Maria are there. We see like there you go. They are real though. Okay, so that would be more interesting if I see it happening for real. But a movie about it, who even cares? I just, it's never been interesting to me. There's just some things that I'm just one of those people. I know what I like. I'm a Capricorn. I know what I like, and it wasn't even an updated Twilight Zone, Fifi. It was nostalgic Twilight Zone replicated. I like Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone was cool, but like when you get to the actual, when it's a literal alien abduction, I'm like, corny, and I ain't here for it. But whatever. I love American Horror Story. Again, certain things I just don't like. I don't like The Woods. I sat through 1984. There was a whole key to 1984. I found something that I could actually deal with in 1984. To this day, I have not watched Roanoke. I have not, and I will not. I'm just not going to do it. It's just not what I do. I don't like it. And I just ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it. It's just corny to me, and I ain't doing it. So that's that. But I'm going to try to sit through this, okay? So here we go. Timmy and Maria. We see the and we see the little tornado outside. Next thing you know, Timmy's gone. You know, inside the house, the clocks is going backwards. The record player has actually the needle done got off the record, but the record's still playing. The clocks are going backwards. Timmy ends up disappearing. He's gone. And then the next thing you know, Maria is pulled up to the ceiling. Now that was different and new, but she pulled up to the ceiling. Now she's levitating, stuck up against the ceiling. Timmy walks back in the house and says, "Mommy, don't be scared, Mommy. It's nothing to be afraid of, Mommy." And he looking all sideways. Then his eyes go white. I said, "Oh." And I was looking, I said, "Child." When his eyes went white, and it was like, dun, and I you know, I'm stupid. So I was sitting over here and I said, dun, 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 dun. And, you know, I was ready to start doing the Thriller dance, child. I was like, this is just dumb. And I was like, okay. So I'm sitting over here cracking jokes. I'm watching, taking a little bit of notes, but cracking jokes at the damn thing. I was just laughing at it. So that happens. And then we go to a commercial. We come back from the commercial. Now the father's coming home. Now it's the evening time. He comes in, he sees the house is in this disarray. When he walks in, Maria is literally still levitating. Now I'm here for this now, because now she giving me, you know, very The Conjuring is what she's giving. I'm like, okay, you levitating and carrying on with your pretty dress and your lovely slip underneath. You know, I love a whole old nasty piece of crinoline slip. So I said, that's cute. You sit there levitating with your good shoes on and all that. So that was cool. And then she blows his head up. Now he ain't did nothing to you. He ain't done nothing to you. Why you blow his head up? So right away, something about these aliens, they cool with women and children. But we already know women and children is what the play. You need the women to populate, and then the children are the future. Men, absolutely useless. Blew his head up for no reason, totally unprovoked. I said, Maria, you got a lot of shit with you. So that was that. I was like, all right. So then that's that. We cut away from that. Next thing you know, we see President Ike. We see President. He's being retrieved from the golf course. They take him and they take him back. They tell him, you got to see this. Again, he ends up going out and sees this aircraft that is like, it's really like a UFO, look like a UFO. It's all crashed up and all that. And there's like a body, but he said looks like a child. It was actually the child's size, but it was very much an alien. Okay. And then there was a woman over there. They're like, who's this? She's over there. She's all discombobulated and everything. And you look at her back actually has like she's been branded, like with signs. Y'all remember the movie Signs? I don't know. But she has this branding on her back. And as we move forward, of course, they take her in because she was naked. She's naked. The president puts his little jacket on her. They take her in, and he tells his wife he's leaving. Sarah Paulson is playing the wife, and she's thinking he's actually going off on a rendezvous, and he's like, no, we can't tell her exactly what it is. He ends up going on. So we got all that going on. We get in there and we actually find out the woman is actually Amelia Earhart, who has actually vanished in 1937 and has literally been gone for 17 years. Okay. And as they go forth with her, she's like talking, and the talking is kind of, you see, you know that she ain't really aware what the time period is. He tells her who he is. She's telling him, you're a liar. You are not the president of the United States. The president of the United States is Eisenhower, and blah, 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 blah. And they're going back and forth. And then she's snapping out. And he's looking at her, and they're like, yeah, she's been going for like 17 years. And then they are like, oh, and she's 2 months pregnant. She's 2 months pregnant. It was like, okay. So there was a little bit of conflict back and forth with, is this really Amelia Earhart? And he confessed like, no, no, no. I know who Amelia Earhart is, know her personally, and that's very much Amelia Earhart. That's her. And it's like, okay, whatever. All right. Then we go. They they're doing this autopsy on this little alien. And like I said, it's child size. It looks like a maybe like a preteen size person. And they're doing it. And after they open it up, they're like, there's nothing here. It's like just an empty cavity. And it looked like like not jelly, but sort of like a fruit roll up unrolled in the bottom. And I was like, okay. And they're messing around, touching stuff because that's what they do. And the foolishness, the looked like a little jellyfish, leaped up on the guy's face, and he's trying to pull it, and he pulls some of it off, and some of it gets on his. Because there was two people in there. They're inside. The president and the other ones are actually outside the window. Y'all know how this thing goes. And they end up, it jumps on the other guy's face. So now it's on both of their faces. And then the heads explode. Poof, poof. Both of their heads explode. So after that, they're actually in the hallway. And when they look down the hallway, here come Maria, honey. She levitating down the hallway and carrying on. And she starts doing her thing again, honey. The little security, the little, Secret Service folks, honey, she was giving them poof, 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 blowing their heads up. And I was like, and then the president's like, wait a minute. And he's up there talking to her. And I was like, you better chill, because she don't like she ain't got no thing for no men. And he's like, I'm the president of the United States. Just listen to me. Whatever the situation is, we could work it out. This, that, thing, and the other. The planet, our planet is actually always under attack of itself. We don't need any help destroying things. Just stop the killing and let's just talk. And he says, let me, listen to what I have to say. And she said, Mr. President, it is you that will listen to what we have to say. I said, okay. Now, then my ears was open. I said, come on here, Maria. And then it cut to a commercial. And this is when I got very, very angry. Very angry. Because when we came back, I was ready to see Maria wreak havoc if she didn't get what she wanted, honey. I was ready for it. I was like, okay, we with the shits now. When we came back, it was in color. I had to run it back in the DVR because I thought maybe I had done fallen asleep and had done woke up and it was something else. But then I knew the actors. I said, no, this is still AHS. But we then came into present day. And now we got Cal, Kendall, Troy, and Jamie. So we meet them. They are all friends who are they're all like college students and graduates and whatever. They're like recent graduates because they're all like 21, 22. Jamie is a girl. Kendall is a girl. Cal is a boy. Troy is a boy. We find out very quickly. Uh, Jamie is a black girl. She is heartbroken and going through something. She literally was dating a guy and she really, really liked him. And when they never actually got the chance to have full out intercourse, but he ate her box and then he gave her a little bit of whack, 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 honey, and shot it on her chest and it burned like acid. So she has like an allergic reaction to his semen. So she's heartbroken that she can't have him. Kendall, she is fooling around with this guy who is into his own little thing. Right, Hazel. Hazel said she said accidentally changed her channel. Right. Because it just was, I said, what the hell? Don't have me leave for a commercial break and come back and now Ryan, you know better than that. Anyway, although I was kind of glad to see the aliens go, but they didn't really go nowhere. Anyway, I was ready to get into Maria though. But anyhow, um, Kendall's messing with this guy who was doing these little retreats, and he basically is in this thing of not using any technology. So no computers, no phones, no nothing, none of that stuff. Cal and Troy have discovered that they like each other more than they thought they liked each other. So they are a couple now. I said, child, okay, whatever. So anyway, so that's their little thing. They decide they're going to go camping because Kendall has this great idea. Remember when we went camping that time and we just was doing, just having fun, like regular natural fun. No, ma'am, that doesn't sound like fun, but okay. So they end up going camping, but they go camping out here in Death Valley. Why? Because when they said camping, I was about ready to go, don't you? I said camping. Oh, we going to the woods? I'm out of here, honey. I don't have time for it. But they went to the desert. That's a new one. Camping in the desert. I said, okay. So they do leave all their little stuff. They leave their phones and all that stuff. I was like, that is just dumb. Right, Thinkerbella. Dumb. Camping in the middle of nowhere with no stuff. What's up, newbie? Nothing. I said, this is just stupid. I said, okay, but I'm watching now because now we in color, we in present time, and I'm figuring they're going to get their asses tore up. So I'm going to, again, it's the little things. I said, I'm going to hang on, just to see them get their asses tore up. They didn't tear them up fast enough for me. I was like, this is just stupid. So we show like 2 days where they're just having a good old time, honey. And it was just whatever. They were just having a good time doing nothing. And I was quite bored with it. And then the next day comes. They said, I know there was a pond right here. There was a pond. And so then the pond's not there. Then they say, well, wait a minute, what is that smell? They get over there and there's cattle that is literally sliced in half. And the way they were sliced, it's like a laser, like they'd have been sliced with a laser. Now, Kendall is going to be a doctor. So, the smell was, she's like, okay, the sight of them, there was no blood. That was where she said, she's like, if they were mutilated like this, first of all, the cuts were too clean and there was no puddle of blood anywhere. And when she went over and touched one of the cows, it got the mooing, child. They weren't even dead. They were just balled up. I said, oh, this is just too dumb, too stupid. But they were sliced down, literally sliced down the middle like pig feet. You know when you go buy pig feet and they already have them cut for you and they're sliced straight down the middle? That's exactly what I thought of when I said, child, let me go get me a pot of water and get busy, honey. Because they sliced just like pig feet. I said, little sauerkraut, honey, and y'all be done. But anyway, it was a mess. I was like, what is this stupidness? But anyway, so they start moving. I was like, get out of here. So they immediately did the smart thing. They're like, we're out of here, honey. So they go and they get their stuff. So I done got excited, right? Because I said, oh, baby, that's when you trying to hurry up and get everything together. Somebody's going to get you out of Saudi. Somebody's going to get it. And they made it. They got everything together and they heading out. The sun's getting ready to drop. They like, we out of here. So I was like, smart. Y'all, the first time y'all done did something smart, baby, they was hitting it. You hear me? They was getting, he said, how long till we get to the next town? He said, about an hour. They was doing the thing, and I was like, I was proud of them. But then, these damn new push button cars, honey, it gave, and the car stopped. And he's like, wait a minute. The car stopped, and then there's this bright light, and you kind of see something walking. They're all up here. The two girls in the back seat, the two boys in the front seat. So the black girl, she's looking out the window. Jamie, she's looking out the thing, and there's like all this bright light and all of this. And then the next thing you know, you see these tentacles. They look like tentacles wrapping around them and grabbing around their necks. And I got pissed. You mean I've been laying up here for 45 minutes and y'all gonna give me old octopus, honey? I am not impressed. I am not tickled. I'm not interested. Nobody gets killed. They're sitting there. They wake up because down there they don't want to sleep. They wake up. Jamie's not in the car. The black girl, she ain't in the car. I said, well, what they done? She's outside of the car. But then they get her and they put her back in the car. And then everything's fine. But they're all sitting in different positions than they were in before. They go on home. Some time passes. Kendall is the first one we're seeing. She's sick as a dog. Sick as a dog, but she can't really figure it out. She calls Jamie. Jamie having the same situation going on. They're both feeling terrible. Jamie gets to telling Kendall, you know what it feels like? She said, remember that time when, girlie had then got pregnant, and obviously she got rid of it. And she was saying, this is exactly what this feels like. And so the two of them end up taking these pregnancy tests. And they're both pregnant. And then we go over to Kyle and Trey's house, and child, mess, pure mess. They get over there. Cal is sick. And Cal, see, here we go, getting ugly. Cal gets to telling him, when's the last time I tossed your salad? And he tells him what it was. He's like, I'm sick as a dog. And I kind of feel like, this one time, like you said, I used to be on the football team and I used to be tossing salad back. And I end up getting like a little sick, honey. He had a little STD, honey, or a little STI, honey. He had a little bit of too many things, honey. Too much mouth on butt action, honey. And he had a little parasite in his little nasty stomach, honey. So he's like, well, what happened? He's like, I had to do this, that, thing, and the other. So he's like, okay. So then the next thing you know, he goes and he ends up kissing Trey. And the next thing you know, Trey gets sick. I said, oh, girl, he done gave it to you right in your face, honey. So then the two of them end up talking to Kendall and Jamie. They get to talking. Kendall, remember, she's going to be a doctor. So she has this bright idea until she goes and grabs these 2 balls of water. I said, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't y'all do this. Child, she gave them 2 balls of water and said, I want y'all to do something for me. Baby, they done Jimmy Jack legged up some pregnancy tests, honey, and they done gave you hold your water, Missy. Hold your water, honey. And now she done got it tested. Now we got 4 positive pregnancy tests. 2 male, 2 female. I said, Really? You said Kendall is against the tech, not Jamie. Right. Did I say Jamie? Jamie is the black girl. Jamie is the black girl. I said that. Jamie's the black girl who actually was heartbroken. Kendall is the one that was going to be a doctor and also was dating the guy that doesn't do any of the technology. Isn't that what I said? Oh, okay. I was going to say, now, y'all look, because I'll get it mixed up in a minute. Don't confuse me, see. But I thought I was on it. Anyway, so that's it. And that's actually where it ended with these 4 pregnant fools, honey. So I said, Ryan, now I love you, Ryan Murphy. I want you to come close to the screen, Brian Murphy and Brett Foucher. Y'all come close down to the screen and listen to me and listen to me closely. Do not make me do you how I do Tyler Perry. You better get this shit in order. Because this right here, this not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Don't take me from black and white and then drop me over in the color on the commercial break all abruptly like that. And then what was this? What was this? This for me truly was the largest letdown that I've had thus far in my journey with American Horror Story. This was my most unfavorite episode thus far. And I'm telling you, I literally, when it comes to Roanoke, I watched 1.5 episodes and I left the whole series alone. And I still would say episode 1 of Roanoke wasn't as bad as this foolishness that I watched the other night. So, no, I was not very happy, but that's okay. It's all right because listen, ride or die. I ain't leaving. I ain't gonna leave you, but I will drag you every week, like I do Tyler Perry. If this doesn't get any better, I will drag in every review from now until the end of the season. But I just can't imagine that you would even pull this anymore. Don't do it to yourself, Brian. You got a real good slate with me. Don't do it to yourself. This was horrible. Horrible. Worst episode of American Horror Story to date. Hey, Tanika, what's up, baby? You say Roanoke was better? It was. The little bit I saw was better than this mess. And this was just that. It was pure D mess. What's up, Deanna? It was mess. It was absolutely terrible. Couldn't stand it. Anyway, so that's that on that. That's what I got. Ain't got no more. Gotta go. This has been American Horror Story double feature, season 10, episode, what was it, 7? Take Me to Your Leader, part 2. This is Death Valley. This is the beginning of Death Valley. They better get to killing. And I mean, they better get to killing fast, honey, or I'm going to be dragging. Anyway, all right, you all. Now look what Deanna talking about. I loved Roanoke. I hadn't watched since. Girl, that's why you ain't watched since. Anybody watching no Roanoke, child? People in the woods carrying on. I'm telling you, in that Roanoke, honey, soon as she was out there in that doggone, she's in that jacuzzi and somebody pushed her head down, I said, that's what you get. Who is out in the jacuzzi, out in the middle of the woods, out there by herself? They should have pushed you down in the water and they shouldn't have let you up. I turned that mess off. I'll be playing around in the woods. Nobody got time for that. Anyway, I'm leaving. Foolishness. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next episode. Later.